All right, we're back. Now to the left, Captain Specific calls smoke on. Off brakes now, burners ready now, and the blue angel diamond is rolling. As they pass before you, you'll notice the smoke is no longer visible, while the engines are in afterburner. The smoke comes on as Captain Switzer calls for the deselection of afterburner. Flowing through the horizon, you'll roll the formation 180 degrees to the upright position, completing the half Cuban 8. As the dominant accelerates in the descent, it will require the necessary airspeed for the next maneuver. The diamond will expand up to 4 tons of gravity as they perform this next skipping maneuver. Back to the right, Blue Angel 5 and 6 are rolling. Blue Angel number 5 will complete the dirty wrong takeoff, while Blue Angel number 6 will execute precise low transition and pitch up vertically at 6 times the force of gravity. The Blue Angel Diamond will momentarily make this approach from the right. A relatively slow speed of flight, it will give you an opportunity to get a close look at the precise flying that produced the 18-inch wingtip to canopy separation between these three aircrafts. From the right, the Blue Angel Diamond. In a display of precision flying, the two solo pilots will soon cross over center point with minimum separation approaching from the left and right, and they will roll the aircraft to 90 degrees angle bends and cross canopy as they perform the opposing knife edge pass. The diamond is approaching for a maneuver that is likely familiar to those who have seen the balloons perform in the past. From the right, at 400 miles per hour, the diamond roll. All three aircraft fly as one in its graceful 360-degree rolling maneuver. The two solo pilots will next demonstrate the inverted flight capabilities of the F-18. Approaching inverted from the left and right, they'll roll the aircraft stern to 60 degrees, crossing over center point. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposing inverted to inverted roll. To the left, the diamond is setting up for their next maneuver, approaching center point on Captain Spitzer's call. All four aircraft will simultaneously roll the aircraft 260 degrees as it performs a diamond aileron roll. Aircraft pilots and enthusiasts who appreciate the difficulty associated with carrier aviation will enjoy this next maneuver, demonstrated by the two solo pilots. To the right, Lieutenant Commander Howe and Lieutenant Commander Falduga will establish a mirror image formation. However, look closely as both aircraft were in a carrier landing configuration, as they approach for a maneuver we call the Fortis. For Navy Marine Corps pilots who must land their aircraft on the small and sometimes pitching deck of an aircraft carrier at sea, slow speed flight is just as important as high speed flight. In order to demonstrate the dirty slow speed hailing characteristics of the F-18, Captain Spitzer's called for the extension of the landing gears and tailwhicks by the four diamond pilots. As they execute a maneuver does perform another jet demonstration team in the world today. From the left, the diamond dirty loop. To the left, Lieutenant Commander Howell is approaching to demonstrate the maximum performance turn rate of the F-18. He exceeded a 7.5 G burning turn and exited flying vertically, showcasing his super and his turbo nose low capability. As the four diamond pilots approach once again, you should notice two significant modifications. While the wingmen, Commander Owens and Lieutenant Ritchie, maintains minimum wingtip to canopy separation, both the flight leader and the pilot are in an inverted position. From the right, the Blue Angel double Farvel. Behind the Spectre now, Blue Angel 5 and 6 are approaching to the fly line at 400 miles per hour. Having rolled the aircraft 207 degrees and crossed with minimum separation, observe as both pilots sustain 6 times the force of gravity to cross the aircraft's upper shell center. The four diamond pilots are now stacked down an aft of a 45-degree barrier line to establish a right echelon formation. From the right at 378 miles per hour, the Blue Angel echelon parade. Setting up for their next maneuver, Blue Angel 5 and 6 are converging on center point to demonstrate the rapid roll rate of the F-18's fly-by-wire flight control system. Crossing center point, they'll complete two consecutive rolls totaling 720 degrees with a combined closure rate of over 800 miles per hour. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposing horizontal rolls. To the left, the four diamond pilots have established a left echelon formation. Approaching center point, Captain Spencer rolled the formation 360 degrees into the two wingmen. Over the top, the three diamond pilots will showcase their precision formation flying as they make a subtle modification while in the inverted position. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Angel change of a roll. As they exit to the right, you will notice the entire formation is shifted back into the Blue Angel diamond. Now that Blue Angel 5 and 6 has your attention, you have seen the first-hand ability of a tactical aircraft at high speed to sneak into a target area virtually undetected. Lieutenant Commander Valdir will complete the maneuver with a series of vertical rolls, while Lieutenant Commander Howell completes his rendezvous with a diamond to the right. To the right, Lieutenant Commander Howell has joined the diamond in a line abreast formation. Still maintaining minimum separation, the pilots must now align themselves by looking 90 degrees from the flight path on the wings of Captain Switcher's aircraft as they perform the very difficult 5-plane line abreast flat pass. As they exit to the left, Captain Switcher is called for mercy contains right after the detaching of Blue Angel number 5. You have seen several flight profiles of the F-18. The two solo pilots will next demonstrate the precision roll rate control. Approaching center point, they'll roll the aircraft 360 degrees, pausing after each 90 degree of rotation. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposing 4-point hesitation roll. From behind the crowd, the 4 diamond pilots are rolling out in a trail formation for a dynamic separation maneuver. Crossing center point, they'll climb up through the vertical and move swiftly back into the Blue Angel diamond. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Angel protocol break. Lieutenant Commander Howell and Lieutenant Commander Valdiga are approaching to demonstrate the impressive pitch rate of the F-18. Crossing center point, they will execute a maximum performance climb with a split S reversal, bringing their aircraft back over show center. In front of the crowd, Captain Switzer's rolling out the diamond for their next maneuver. The barrel roll break. They'll climb to the vertical, roll the formation 90 degrees and perform a split S, finishing with a dynamic separation maneuver. As the formation rolls to level, each pilot will perform an individual brake turn and exit a fly line in a separate direction. The Blue Angel will roll brake. Back to the right, the two solo pilots are making their approach to the flight line. Approaching center point, they'll simultaneously roll the aircraft for the 20-degree intersection. Ladies and gentlemen, the double circle roll. From behind the crowd, Captain Smith is rolling out the diamond formation for another dynamic maneuver, the low brake cross. Approaching center point, each pilot will perform an individual brake turn and exit the fly line in separate directions. As each aircraft accelerates to 500 miles per hour, they'll perform a reversal turn across the flight line. You should be able to follow their individual structure as all four aircraft converge on center point with maximum closure and minimum separation. Lieutenant Commander and Lieutenant Commander Howell and Lieutenant Commander Valdeva are approaching to demonstrate the slow speed handling characteristics of the Super Hornet in a clean configuration. It will pass before you virtually standing Blue 5 and 6 on the tails. At less than 120 miles per hour, the fly-by-wire flight control system provides the slow speed handling characteristics that set the Super Hornet apart in the air-to-air combat arena. Ladies and gentlemen, the section High Alpha Pass. In front of the crowd to the left, the four-time pilots are rolling out to demonstrate the awesome power of the General Electric F414 engines. Let's watch as Captain Spitzer calls for the selection of afterburners by the four diamond pilots. As they pass over center point, you should hear and feel the thunder of 8 engines producing 168,000 pounds of thrust. The Blue Angels, home based in Pensacola, Florida, completed an intensive winter training period at Naval Air Facility El Centro, California. The beautiful weather of the Imperial Valley provided us with the optimum conditions to fly each of the demonstration pilots on the 35 training flights necessary prior to our first public demonstration. Our show season opened on the 15th of March and runs through late October. The PTFS Bruno demonstration team will perform more than 15 flight demonstrations this season while visiting over 15 cities throughout the United States and across the PTFS circuit. The next portion of our flight demonstration will showcase all six aircraft flying together in formation. The Blue Angel Delta has been our signature six-man formation since 1958. Behind the crowd and to the right, the two solo pilots have joined the diamond to form the Blue Angel Delta. To the right, the Delta is setting up for their first maneuver. Approaching center point on Captain Swiss Small, all six aircraft will simultaneously roll their aircraft 360 degrees as they perform the Delta Alien Roll. As they exit to the left, observe as Captain Switzer brings the formation back towards the fly line. Very shortly, all six aircraft will be approaching for the Blue Angel fleur-de-lis. Stand by, issue. Aerial salute for four deployed forces. All six aircraft will separate, perform individual 360-degree rolls, and support the four possible rendezvous through looping maneuver. From the left at 450 miles per hour. The Blue Angel, notably, as the two solo pilots and on the final stage of the third one, will soon be guided on the wings of Captain Switzer. With the fleur-de-lis rendezvous complete, the demo pass before you exit the flight line to the right. The two solo pilots are rejoining the Diamond for another Delta maneuver. As they rendezvous, observe Captain Switzer execute a reversal turn. One of the formation for the Delta, leaving the brake on pause. Passing through the vertical, Captain Switzer tilts his head back, picking up the fly line here at Marine Corps Air Station Cherry Point over the top. He is floating a formation to place him directly over show's center. Now watch closely as Captain Switzer goes smoke on As each aircraft accelerates to 500 miles per hour, they'll perform a half-Cuban reversal turn. As they pull up over the top, you should be able to follow their individual smoke trail as all 6 pilots simultaneously roll their aircraft 180 degrees and head back from show center. From 6 different directions, with maximum closure rate and minimum separation, they'll converge on center point and cross with a combined closure rate of nearly 1,000 miles per hour. For a description of our maneuvers, as well as an in-depth look at our team and individual biographies, we will invite you to visit our Discord server and follow us on social media, including YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. In front of the crowd, the Delta is making its approach to the flight line. Approaching center point, the entire formation will separate in a dramatic fashion. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Angel Delta breakout! Ladies and gentlemen, your United States Flight Demonstration Squadron represents a time, honor, and tradition of pride, professionalism, and excellence spanning 115 years of naval aviation. The 2026 team takes a great deal of pride in saluting Navy and Marine Corps aviators, maintenance crew, and support personnel everywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, from the right, your 2026 Blue Angels. One of the key demands placed upon naval aviators is that they must be able to land the aircraft on a ship at sea, whether it be a tactical jet, propeller-driven aircraft, or helicopter. Each requires a skill which each naval aviator must master. In order to perform this skill, Navy and Marine Corps pilots spend a great deal of time in a landing pattern practicing carrier approaches. In front of you now, Captain Spitzer and his wingmen are demonstrating a simulated carrier pattern. Approaching the runway from the right, Captain Switzer has confirmed that landing checks have been complete and that each aircraft is in fact ready to land. Rolling out on final, they'll make constant power and lineup corrections, maintaining the optimum rate of descent for the proper touchdown point. The demonstration pilots you have watched perform it this afternoon are but a small part of the Blue Angel team. The men and women in a black uniform standing before you are members of the elite Blue Angel maintenance crew. Their hard work, many long hours, and unselfish dedication they have each years for the past 80 years provided us with the aircraft ability necessary to perform each of these flight demonstrations.
Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and the bell notification icon.
Dziękujemy za uwagę. Dziękuję.
Taxiing just in front of you, the Blue Angel will momentarily be turned into the parking area. After completing a short maintenance debrief, the team will step away from the aircraft. I'd like to take one final opportunity to introduce the demonstration pilots you have seen here this afternoon. As they come into the parking area to secure their engine, the pilots simultaneously exit the aircraft on a signal from Captain Fisher. It has been an honor and pleasure to perform for you here at Marine Corps Air Station Cherry Point. This, our second flight demonstration of the 2026 season. Ladies and gentlemen, flying Blue Angel number 1, the commanding officer and flight leader of the Blue Angels, from Toronto, Canada, Captain Aiden Switzer. Flying Blue Angel number 2,